You know, I think this is one of the few games on the NES that just has a full-blown cutscene. There's not very many of those. And there's Uncle Fester just enjoying himself when suddenly, aliens. Alright, welcome to my Let's Play of Uncle Fester's Quest. Let's push start to turn off that music right now. And start. This is going to be a casual play of Fester's Quest. I've beaten this game before, but that was like 30 years ago when I was a child. And now, let's see if I can still beat it. It's been 30 years. Alright, first things first, you gotta grind. Your weapon sucks. So the weapon system in this game is basically like a 5-tier weapon system. So I picked up the gun upgrade, which gives how the system works is that there's 5 tiers of your weapon. Each tier has 2 levels. Going up 1 level will increase the range of your gun. Going up a tier increases changes the type of bullet, including its weird trajectory, and it increases the damage. So while the damage increase is really, really good, the trajectory is terrible. And I will explain. Best way I can explain it is that you're eventually going to be going into areas with very narrow corridors, which is the sewer areas. And your gun shooting this weird wave is really, really terrible because bullets will disappear when it hits the wall. And having a gun that shoots weird, what do you call, projectile ranges, it's a recipe for disaster. So first thing I would recommend for anybody casually playing this game is to grind for a while. Alright, the red gun symbol is a downgrade. You don't ever want to pick those up. And see, picking up the upgrade, so now I'm at tier 2, level 2, you see the range has increased, which is just more likely that it's going to hit the wall and then just disappear. So again, you're going to have to just grind for a while. Alright, so now I'm at tier 3? Did I say tier 5? There's 4 major upgrades, so I guess a tier 4 system. So I am playing this on a regular NES controller. And I would not recommend that for a casual playthrough. I would recommend having a controller that has some sort of turbo function. Because, well, if you just hold down the fire button, your B button, you only shoot 1 time. And these enemies take a lot of hits, so you're going to have to mash the B button. You're going to have to channel your inner Mario Party. So yes, I will be playing this whole game with an NES controller and mashing the hell out of it. Hopefully I don't get carpal tunnel by the end of this. Okay, so I'm getting close, getting ready. The drop chance for the gun upgrade is pretty much RNG, with the chance to get an upgrade decreasing as you get higher and higher in the tier levels. So this could be a 5-minute grind, or it could be like a 10-minute grind fest. So I guess while I'm doing this grind, I suppose talk about my experience with the Addams Family franchise. When I was a kid, I watched the cartoon. It wasn't the oldest cartoon, but it was one of the cartoons I watched on Cartoon Network. And then later on, I watched something called The Real Addams Family, which was an episodic sitcom. But that's really about it. I never watched any of the movies. Alright, so I'm at the final tier. Well, I'm at tier 1 right now. This is the strongest type of bullets you can get, and the pattern is also weird, but it's less likely that you're going to hit the wall with this one. But I would like to get the final upgrade. The bullets move a lot faster with the final upgrade. And I would recommend just getting the final upgrade anyways. The more damage you do, the less you have to mash, and there are really tanky enemies in this game. And considering I'm not playing with a turbo function, your arms are gonna get real tired real fast. Right now, killing these grapes, pretty easy. Don't have to mash or anything. So this game is pretty much split up into two main areas. We have the overworld right here, and then eventually you have to go into the sewers. So you'll be going back and forth while you traverse through the game. And then there are several bosses you have to kill, and what do you call them? The offices? I suppose you could call them offices. Alright, this is taking a little while. I'll give it about maybe another minute or so. If I don't get the final upgrade, I'll just move on. It's not imperative, it just makes things easier. I don't know what the oh, there it is. Alright, we're ready to go. We are go. Let's see how well I can remember this game. There are dead ends that you could go to, which is not recommended since there are pretty rough enemies at dead ends. So let's see if I can remember what the correct pathway is. Alright, hot dog stands. This is where you restore your health. So if you have money, you could go up and use. There you go. Full health. I already have full health, so it doesn't do anything, but I got so much money that it's fine. So as you can see, I have 2 pips of health. That means every time I take a hit, I lose 1 pip. So basically 2 hits and I'm dead. And that's real rough. Okay, select your key, go in, and you can get items. So you got the TNT from Pugsley. Kinda useful. There is one particular enemy it's really useful against. Let's hope I don't have to face it. Basically, it's the giant spider. Okay. Vice grips. Use those to cure yourself of paralysis. Doesn't look like I'm going anywhere right now. Paralysis is a permanent debuff that slows you down. And if you got that, it's pretty much a death sentence. So getting vice grips, very important. So you got 10 chances to cure yourself. Go in, use light bulb, and see how narrow everything is. If you're to get one of the gun upgrades that has a large radius, your bullets will just hit the wall and you'll never be able to hit anything. Alright, the blobs. This is one of the famous enemies. If you ever watched the Angry Video Game Nerd, he very entertaining episode, but he destroyed this game. And for good reason. There is a lot to criticize about this game. I think this game is great. It's hardly what I'll call one of the worst NES games of all time. But he did really destroy this game. Very entertaining episode. But I think he gave this game a pretty bad rap. And this is not the only game he's done that to. I think one that I recall is Castlevania for the N64. He really destroyed that game, gave it a really bad rep for many years. I think it's actually a really great game, really underrated. Like this, it has its flaws. It has lots of flaws, actually, but I think it's actually a really great game, especially for its time. I would say the two biggest criticisms for this game is, yeah, the bullets disappearing on the walls. That's pretty rough. So it basically forces you to grind for the beginning game to get the final upgrade, because it's terrible without it. And how the enemies respawn. So enemies will respawn by where you enter certain parts of the screen. So there is times where enemies will constantly respawn if you don't push forward. If you just stay put and just shoot your gun, they'll just respawn endlessly. Which is one of the reasons why I recommend a turbo controller. It can get pretty tough mashing after a while. Oh my goodness. More of these downgrade really slows things down. So what is the objective of this game? Well, go through it, kill all the bosses, go to the alien spaceship, take out the final boss. Pretty simple. Alright, so we're starting facing one of the tougher enemies, the pink frogs. They have a lot of health, requires a lot of mashing. They can also shoot projectiles, which are terrible. The green one's not as tanky, but it still requires a lot of mashing. I'm not sure if you can hear it in my mic, but I'm mashing real hard right now. Okay. Get the key, go into the office. So this is the first office you could get into. All the other offices have bosses. This one does not. Instead, it has something else. I find this area really, really cool. It's one of the few NES games that does this weird 3D effect. It's really, really neat. So I think if you push forward here, yep. Alright, so I remember that. That's where you go to get your first health upgrade. Very important. If you don't get this health upgrade, the game is like 10 times more difficult. So these enemies are the worst ones. They just go through walls, and it's terrible. Get invisible potions. They call them invisible potions, but they just make you invulnerable, which is very vital if you want to take out the bosses. Casually, anyways. I don't know how speedrunners or experts do it. Okay, I think there's supposed to be one more item I'm supposed to get. Money. Okay, yeah, there is something here. Potions, another vital thing. This restores your health to full. You're gonna want these. basically the potions and the invulnerability potions help trivialize the bosses, and you're gonna want them because the bosses are tough otherwise. Well, even then, they're still pretty tough. I'm getting tired. Glad I got those potions. If I were to forget them, I'm not sure if I could beat this game without them. I suppose it's possible, but I haven't touched this game in such a long time. Alright, get the bulb. Okay. Don't get hit by those, they'll paralyze you. So right now, nothing too rough. I mean, the pink and green frogs, they have a lot of health, so it requires mashing, but they're otherwise not too difficult. There are two enemies you can come across in this game that are actually really terrible. One is I guess you could call them the Pac-Man rejects. They can phase through walls, and they're probably the worst when it comes to the respawn rate. And another one is the giant spider. Okay, so there they are. So if you don't move, they will constantly respawn, and you'll have a bad time. The giant spider usually is a punishment if you go to the wrong way. And what makes them terrible is that they move really, really fast. Basically, you can't outrun them. So if you come across a spider, your only tool that can really take them out is the TNT. Okay, you see the whips, so clearly it kind of indicates that you could eventually get a whip weapon. It's not very useful. There's few instances where it's good to use. Against those slimes, I think it will one-shot them if I remember. But the problem with the whip is that it can pick up items. So as you're killing enemies, you could pick up your gun downgrade, and that's no good. So most of the time, you're never going to use it. Alright, so here's another of the offices, apartments. This is where the first boss will be. See, I still think this 3D area is so cool, especially for the NES. So, it's basically a maze, you gotta go through it, find the other door. There. And start the fight. So as soon as I push up, okay, I would recommend cursoring over the invisibility potions. Once your invisibility runs out, use it, and just mash. And that will trivialize the first boss. It's fine to use items, because at the end of every boss fight, all of your usable items get restored to full. So make use of them. Okay. Here's a health potion. Go back. There are ways to, of course, beat it without using the invulnerability potions, but it just trivializes most of the bosses. Alright, so see, I got full use of those again. So get your bulb, go in, use, and this is basically the whole game. Go between the overworld and the sewers, and then fight bosses until you reach the final area. all the while you're getting carpal tunnel. Careful with those bugs, they will paralyze you. You got vice grips, but best not to get hit when you can help it. Yeah, it's been about 30 years since I played this, which I guess makes me an old man at this point. Played it when I was a child. One of the few NES games I managed to beat as a child. I guess I've beaten a handful of them. Which I suppose is pretty impressive considering most people haven't beaten a single NES game. Some of them are pretty difficult. They're notoriously difficult. So being able to manage to beat even a single NES game as a child is pretty impressive, I would say, I suppose. So what are my goals for the channel? I don't know. I wanted to do this as a way to get my feet wet on this whole YouTube thing. You know, play this game, see how that works out, put up the video. I don't have any long-term plans for the channel. It's probably just a good way for me to play old games while feeling like I'm doing something productive. That's how it is for me. It's like, there's a lot of the old games that I want to replay, but I can't justify it in my mind to spend the time when I could be doing something more productive, I suppose. So this was my compromise. If I do YouTube, there, I'm doing something important. Quote unquote. So it's basically a way to trick myself. Whether this channel ever goes off at all, well, that's beside the point, I suppose. We'll see how it goes. Oh, well, that's terrible. Dies on top of me and drops the gun downgrade. Let's hope I get the full upgrade by the time I get to the next boss. This is terrible. Okay, another gun downgrade. So I suppose I should show it now that I think about it. So every time you take out a boss, you get a quote-unquote clue that you see up there, which I believe is just a picture of the mothership. Oh god, gotta mash harder. They're constantly respawning, gotta push forward, or they'll keep respawning. There you go. Ugh, another gun. So every time you take out a boss, more of the picture is revealed, which doesn't do anything, because it's just you get to the ship by just progressing through the game. So okay, I think I can walk past it. Yep, okay. This is terrible. Okay. Okay, that's a scary enemy. You generally won't have to face that until the final area, from what I can remember. Okay, we'll go into this house. Tisha gives you a whip. Okay, so that's the scary spider enemy. Right, go and equip the whip. So once it takes damage, it starts moving much faster. Basically the same speed as you. It basically means you're not going to be able to outrun it. So yeah, one of the things of the whip is that it can attack through walls. See how it just instantly respawn? Yeah, it's terrible. Moving on. Bulb. hitting the wall. Come on, drop me a gun upgrade. Doesn't matter if I pick that up, the whip is already on its lowest grade. Suppose if I farm these, possibly get my gun upgrade faster. Or just be more likely to get the downgrade. There's another downgrade. This is wonderful. Whip upgrade doesn't really mean much. So this doesn't take too long. There you go. Perfect. Suppose there's not really much else to talk about. The most unique thing would be the bosses. They range from pretty easy to pretty bullshit in terms of how you can beat them. Basically, the ones with the shields, from what I remember, they're the worst ones. Right, so go in here. Oh man, these mazes. Nope. Dead end. Nope. Dead end. Dead end. Dead end. Here. Nope. Dead end. There you go. So, cursor over that, and go. I suppose, I mean, you can beat them without the invisibility potions. It's not too difficult if you just follow the pattern like this. It just takes much longer because now you're not able to mash the entire time. But let's start using that so we can finish this. Getting tired. Okay, moving on. So there, another piece of the clue. I suppose someday I could do a challenge run where I don't use the invisibility potion. I don't know which way to go. And show that it is, oh well, that was the wrong way. It is possible to beat the game without it, casually. House. thing gives you missiles, which is ridiculous. I'll show you the missiles against. I think it's pretty imperative in 2 of the bosses if you want to beat them. Basically, they have shields, so they'll just block your shots, but the missiles have a chance to go around and hit them from the back. That's the best way to take them out. Well, so far so good. Let's hope this keeps up. Already at the next boss. That was fast. Okay. The key. Dead end. Oh god, I'm getting real lost now. Oh, okay. There it is. Well, that was fast. Alright. Invisibility, go. Alright, so this is one of the assholes right here. So, if you were to equip the missiles, I believe. Okay, there's a timing to it. There you go. Every time it flashes red, it means it took damage. You gotta time it just before he lowers the shield. So basically when he's charging the attack is when you want to do it. There. Missiles trivialize that boss. Next piece of the clue, moving on. More waiting. I'm not sure what my next game will be. I have some ideas of what other videos to do, not just Let's Plays, but I guess some more edited, structured content, but we'll see. Oh no, this is bad. Okay. Alright, that was sketchy for a moment. There's a bunch of games that I want to replay throughout my childhood. Some on the NES, some on other consoles. Next boss. Nope. Alright, starting to get... Oh, there it is. Wow, that was fast. Alright. In. Alright, this boss. Choose, well, get your invisibility potion ready. And then go to the missiles. And they have a chance of hitting him in the back. Because this guy just has his shield up permanently. Just keep doing this. I remember that if you run out of missiles, then you can use the invulnerability potion and stand on top of him, and you can shoot his back that way. But the easiest way is to just missile his back and just slowly move across the screen. Okay, I'm out of missiles, so I have to do it this way. There. I'm not sure if that's ever considered the proper way to beat him, but that's how I've always done it. Well, again, so far so good. Not sure how many bosses are left. I think probably one more and then the final area. Probably look at the clue. Just move on, moves out of the way. This is the area that I'm thinking of. I think it is. So there is a secret right here. Go in here. Get this weird image with the moose. Moving moose. But the main thing to do it is that you get your final health upgrade, which is great. Having 4 health makes the final area so much easier. Because you're probably going to take some hits when you're in the final area. There's just so many enemies. So being able to make those health potions last really will make a difference. It's the noose. Very important item for the last area. Using the noose is a screen nuke. It will just clear all enemies of the screen. Besides the bosses, of course. Very vital once you start reaching the final area. Those enemies have way inflated health, and they're very dangerous. Bulb. Carpal tunnel. it's the right way. Nope. I guess this is where my memory starts to fail me. I don't remember where to go next. Okay, there's stairs. The worst enemies. Pac-Man rejects. Oh, I got the full whip upgrade. Alright, so I'll show you how it works against these things. Should one-shot them. There. That's pretty much the only real use for the whip. It one-shots the slimes. Okay, next boss. Oh god, I'm really starting to get lost now. Oh, there it is. Well, that keeps working out. Visibility potion, go. All you have to do is this. You don't need the vulnerability potions, but I'll use them anyways. See, these potions really do trivialize these bosses. Since they're so tanky, I don't mind. Oh, I'm out of invisibility potions. Gonna have to start doing this the proper way. Oof. Isn't this music like the best boss music? It's actually really, really good. Oh god. Getting tired. Oh. Alright, yep, get a full restock of everything. I think that's the final one, yes. So I'm at the home stretch, sort of. Oh, this part's the worst. You don't want to stop moving, because they will just infinitely respawn. And if you step on here, boom, you're in the final area. Now this is the biggest maze, and this is where my memory will really be tested. You don't want to go the wrong way. Right, and the mothership has completely new enemies. They're pretty annoying to take down. These are kind of like slime-like, so... It's easier just to one-shot them. Oh god, there's so many of them. Okay. Of course that would be the last one. So the whole time you're in the mothership, it's playing the final boss music. Just listen to this soundtrack. These enemies are terrible. They only take damage when their eyes are open. So you just gotta keep shooting until they die. Okay, I think this is the area where the nasty... Yep, these things. I don't even bother with them. Just use the noose. Just one-shot them. Alright. They're super tanky and they're likely to take out a couple points of your health, so just use the noose. Just take them out. You can't use it on the boss anyways, so... Use it for the hard parts of this place. Where do I go? I don't know. Okay, there's only one way. Dead end. Best map. Oh god, there's more of these. Nope. Oof. I might have made a mistake. I got a bunch of uses, but I don't want to run out of him. Yep, right there. Got 7 uses left. the eye things. Where do I go? Not sure if this is the right way or not. Oh shit, shoots through walls. I usually kill them before they get to shoot. I think this is the wrong way. Yep. Oh crap. I forgot about those things. Is this the right way? I think so. I feel like I remember going through this. Okay. We'll just noose you. Which way? I don't know. More of these. Well, that was a waste. Okay, wrong way. Oh, that's not good. Okay, I'm really starting to run out of these things. This is not gonna go well if I run out. Remember having to use so many of them way back when. But I have been backtracking, so that's likely the cause of it. This feels like progress. Arm getting tired. Okay, I think this is the final boss right here. So, first thing I'll do, get the missiles ready, and move to the corner. If you stay here, he cannot hit you. So, use your missiles, and just start blasting them. Since the boss can't move, he can't hit you. And just pray that you take him out before you run out of missiles. Don't go too crazy spamming missiles, let them despawn. Because every time you shoot new ones, it despawns the other ones. And try to make sure you don't target, like, the bullets that the boss is shooting. Because the missiles will try to follow it. So you can either shoot the main, I guess, spaceship computer, or shoot its turrets. Either way, it'll do the job. Shooting the turrets is probably the safer option, because you will eventually run out of missiles. If you're unlucky. And this is how you can trivialize the final boss. Okay, how many do I have? 5? The boss is probably going to go down with these. Wow, they all just flew around. Wow, they're terrible. Shoot that. Let's see. There you go. Final boss defeated. Now watch your victory cutscene. Well, after 30 years, I still got it. I can still beat this game. My arm is jelly now, but I can still do it. This old man can still do it. I don't know what's next for this channel. I don't know what game I'm going to play next. I'll probably find something. I also have a few ideas for some other videos, but we'll see. Thanks for sticking around. Till next time.